Hey everybody, I'm Jon Batiste, and we're over at Steinway Hall with the great Corinne Bailey Ray, sitting here talking, making music. I love the way your voice sounds and your tone. Did you have to work on that? What are you thinking about when you're forming that angelic tone?
Oh, thank you. I feel like I'm kind of stuck with my voice. It really has dictated the sort of songs I can sing or my performance or what I
Yes.
write, or because I feel like it just comes out this way. And I didn't like it when I was younger. I used to find it too
Really?
scratchy and too small. I used to wish I had this really big voice.
Wow.
But once I sort of got into it and used to it and just accepted it, then I've really enjoyed being able to sing since then.
What was that moment when you accepted it? Did it happen when you were in the studio, or was it a song that just matched your tone?
I think the studio was really helpful actually, because I used to always play in this indie band.
Oh, wow.
And I
What
played
was that
electric
like?
guitar.
Yeah.
It's called Helen, and I do like the chorus is really big and shouty. But I used to like how in the indie model you have like loud chorus, but then you have the tiny verse.
Absolutely.
So the verse would just be like the bass player like do 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 do,
Right.
and I would be and the guitarist would just be like do 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 do.
Right.
And I used to think, oh, I've got space here, so I liked when it all got quiet and I could just sing in a more conversational style.
That's right. It is
Yeah.
very conversational. It's kind of like you're whispering in someone's ear.
Right.
And that intimacy really draws people in. You don't hear that very often.
Oh, thank you.
It's refreshing. I like also how you phrase. Who do you listen to figure out your phrasing?
I guess I like a lot of older singers. I like Billie Holiday. I love her vocal. I love how she sort of talks the songs. And
Right.
I know a lot of standards through her, and I feel like she kind of simplifies the melody. The melody might be really florid, and she's just like, no, I'm just going to plow through there with one note.
Totally.
So she sort of boils it down to its essence. And I like a
Yes.
lot of singers like that. Carole King will do
Yes.
that. I love Björk for her unusual voice.
Oh, wow.
But I got into singing through Billie Holiday and Nirvana, through Kurt Cobain at the same time, that he had all this gravel and he was
Yes.
telling his story and it wasn't decorated. It was
Right.
just, there's a simplicity to it that I
Yes.
really caught
Yes.
on to. So I kind of discovered those two singers at the same time.
Oh, wow. That's a great mashup. Billie Holiday, Kurt Cobain.
Yeah, I mean, they're both masters.
Well, there's a mastery not only in the delivery but in the songwriting. When you listen to Kurt, he's writing from such a personal place.
Yeah.
And your songs feel very personal to me. It's like you're writing from a place of experience. Is that true, or is it?
Yeah, I really like to write from experience. I think that it's fun to write about other people's stories and
Right.
put, someone else's shoes on.
Imagination?
Yeah, exactly. Or this is a dream I had. But a lot of my songs are from things that have happened to me and, where you're just working them through. And sometimes the personal can feel so particular to you. But because we're all human,
Yep.
when you stand up in front of that audience that there's going to be other people who say, yes, that has
been
happened to me. I've been there. And so, that feminist thing of the personal is the political. I like to hear women's stories, and I believe that they have, as much importance as a big headline story or something
Right.
about the planet or ecology or politics.
Yeah.
I think all of our inner worlds are really important, and I think should have a voice in music.
Oh, definitely. That's what we're seeing a lot more of. The voiceless are getting platforms now that should have been, the case long ago, but
Yeah,
now it's
yeah.
starting to change, and I hope that continues to move. But what do you feel like you want to do next to kind of, I know we just played at Newport Jazz Festival together, and you've been touring. What do you want to do next? What's your plan?
I love writing, I love being in the studio. I'd like
Yes.
to develop as a producer. I'd like to be a better guitarist. But really, I'm always trying to be a better songwriter. I'm always trying to write that song, that sort of perfect song that
Yes.
connects and, does the thing you want to do. And my dissatisfaction with everything I make, it sort of like compels me, pushes me into the next thing. So, yeah, I'm enjoying.
Dissatisfaction.
Yeah,
Wow.
just like, that was if only I could change this or do this or.
Would you say you're a perfectionist in that way? Or
Yeah, I
you-
guess so. But I mean, I'm a perfectionist, but I feel like I never do anything perfect. But I'm
Right.
always frustrated with what I do. Sometimes you might go and get your hair cut and someone say, "I'll put on the Pandora channel of your music," and you think, "Oh, please don't." 'Cause I don't want to sit here. All I'll do is sit here going, I shouldn't have done that. I wish
Yeah.
I'd changed that. This part's too quiet. This part's too loud. You know?
Yeah.
So I'm like that. I'm very critical of myself, but that helps me, you know,
Yeah.
do something different and new the next time.
It's a balance.
Yeah.
It's healthy, I imagine, because you keep growing.
What are you like with your music?
Same way.
Same, yeah.
I can't deal with hearing
Right,
unless I'm working on it. Then I
Yeah.
can be incessantly listening to it.
Because if you're working on it, it's all the possibilities are there, just kind of
Yes.
sparkling in front of you, and then as soon as you commit to it, it's like, But that's why I love live, because you get to just redo the thing, you know. It's like,
Yes.
oh, maybe I'll get it right tonight, or maybe, you know, the temperature's right and the audience is right and
Right.
the vibe is right, and you just do something that you. And then there's a weird thing for me live where you think half of you's like, I wish someone had recorded that because that's the best I've ever sung that song.
Right.
And half of you's
Sometimes
like,
it's
I
oh
love that
my.
that's just ephemeral and it just disappears and it
Yep.
only lives in the memory of us in this room, you know. So I love that about playing live as well.
Yes.
It's like, it's gone, it's lost.
If you weren't there, you missed it.
Yeah.
It's a legend.
Yeah.
I feel like that's why I love listening to live recordings after the record is made. Have you ever felt like you wanted to tour before making the record?
Always. I
Like,
wish I could do that.
instead of touring after the record is made?
But then you'd be putting an audience through, you know, an hour of music they've never heard, and they'll
Right.
be just like,
But
what
that's
is
the
this?
thing.
Where's my favourite songs?
But it makes
they're
more
so
sense.
much better by the time you get off the road. You've been
Yeah.
out for 18 months. You're like, oh, all the problems are solved.
Yeah, we
and-
figured the song out.
Yeah, exactly.
We figured out every aspect of it, not
Yeah.
just the poetry and the melody, but how do you deliver it?
Exactly.
That's
Which
it.
are the strong points, or new parts grow.
Right.
You're like, oh, this bit's so much better than what we ended up with on the record. But that's the great thing about performing.
Editing it.
Yeah.
On the way, a lot of songs change live. You edit them because it's like, oh, that part works. We need to.
Yeah, because you do need the audience there. You need to be able to see people's faces and, oh, this part they're moving, this part they're dancing, this part they're singing back. You're like, something that sounds too simple in the studio sometimes can be the really effective thing that connects. So I have to sometimes remember that.
Yeah, the simplicity is
Yeah.
serious.
Yeah.
Wow. I mean, we should play something together.
Yeah, no, I'd love to.
Let's do that.
Yeah.
Let's make some music.
Yeah, see what happens.